Hey everybody, Nintendo Hodge back with another Road to 600 video. This one is titled Pre-BGE Pickups. For those of you that don't know, I run an event or co-run an event called the Barrie Game Exchange. Of course, I'll throw up some advertisement stuff there, some shameless self-promotion. Video game swap. We haven't done one since 2019. We were scheduled to do one at the beginning of 2020, and then COVID, pandemic, we had to cancel. But we are booked for April the 24th of this year. Pretty excited. It's going to be our biggest event yet. Anyways, we were out, Darby and I, my co-organizer, putting up posters for the event out at all of the awesome vendors and people that like to come to the event and sell. Without those people, we wouldn't have an event, so thank you very much. But of course, while I'm there, what am I going to do? I got to pick up some games for the collection to keep it going. So thank you. I kind of got everything sorted out here, but I just want to give a shout out too, and let me see if I can do this in for my memory. The Retro Game Bros, they hooked me up with some stuff. Marty, Video Game Buzz, hooked me up with some stuff. Ryan Gino at the 400 Market, thank you, bud. And Jorge and Bobby, of course, from Retro Chase Games, and then their flea market booth. I got some stuff from them. And there's one eBay, or not eBay, but Facebook group purchase auction thing that I grabbed from this pile here as well. But we're going from 399 to 416. We are over the 400 mark, adding 18 new games to the collection today, so very, very happy to go through these and share with you what we got.
When I'm on the road.
So let's start with the two from the auction that I grabbed. Technically there's three, but I double bought. It's twice I've done that now. One of the other ones you'll see later on I had gotten, and then this showed up in the mail a couple days later, and I didn't realize that I had purchased this in the auction lot, so I now have an extra copy to trade or sell. Anyways, these two are black box games. We have Tennis. And actually, I have another version of Tennis later on, you'll see. But Tennis black box, it's okay. And the other black box game is Pinball. And I also have another pinball game you'll see later on. So these ones are in pretty decent shape. So two black box games in the list. I'm getting closer to finishing those ones off. Ryan, 400 Market. I know for sure I got these ones from him. We have a copy of Touchdown Fever, a football game. Not very good. Computer kicked my butt. We have Orb 3D. I tried to play this, and I just can't figure out what to do. I'm going to have to read up on it or watch a video on it. It's a weird game where you're an orb, like, orbiting things. And it ended up taking me to this, like, boss fight where there's this big, giant monster head. And I couldn't figure out what to do. So, Orb 3D. And some Hollywood Square. This is Game Tech, which also did the Jeopardy ones that I had purchased previously. And same vein as that game. I forgot about Hollywood Squares because basically it's supposed to be celebrities, and in this case it says celebrities, but it's just like Joe, Mary, Susie, and you just answer questions and play tic-tac-toe. One other stop was at a microplay. We ended up popping in there, dropping some posters off and talking to them to see if they wanted to vend. Fingers crossed they'll get back to us. But a couple of cheapies I got from them. It's Chris Everett and Ivan Lindell, Top Player Tennis. It's actually kind of a decent tennis game. And Videomation, yeah. Basically, it's an Etch-a-Sketch on the NES. Pretty bad, although that cover is pretty sweet looking. I really like that cover. Unfortunately, the game doesn't hold up to what that is. The couple that I picked up from Bobby and Jorge, the first one being Formula 1 Built to Win F1 BTW. I guess it's just Built to Win, BTW. I've never seen this out in the wild, so I had to pick it up. This is out at their booth at the market. I saw it, and I'm like, never seen that one before. Let's add it into the collection. And it looks like it's a pretty detailed racing game where, like, you can continue, and I just picked to continue, and you can earn tons of money, and I think you can upgrade your vehicle and unlock stuff. It's actually pretty advanced for the NES. And then I saw a post and I had to have it. We had Home Alone. Who doesn't love some Macaulay Culkin, although this game is not very good. We've all seen the AVGN video on this, I'm sure of. After Home Alone 1, what comes next? But of course, Home Alone 2. I grabbed this one. I believe I got this at Video Game Buzz, which is one of the other stores we visited. It doesn't have the sticker on the back, and I thought that I left the sticker on this. So there is a chance that this actually came from the Retro Game Brothers. I'm not 100% sure. And now the ones that I picked up from Video Game Buzz. What NES collection is complete without Fisher-Price Firehouse Rescue, and that finishes my Fisher-Price set on the NES. Surprisingly, if I was a kid, like little, and I played this, I would enjoy it. You drive through a maze, and then you rescue people from houses. That's the simple part. The maze is the main part of it. But the difficulty level, there's 5 difficulty levels, and when you try on level 5, there's a timer on it, so you have a time limit to get through the map, and the map is bigger and more intricate. So, The Moffat Conspiracy. This is the sequel to Golgo 13, so this set is now complete. This one, so it's Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Heroes of the Lance. I could not get past the very start of this. I don't know why, but you basically are assigned like 6 D&D characters, puts you on a map. And on that map, you can go right and you fall into a pit and die. Walk left, it doesn't take you anywhere. But when you stop in the middle, there's a spot where you can go up or down. It says north or south. I cannot get my character to walk north. I do not know what I'm doing wrong. So I haven't looked it up to see how I go north yet. But basically, I walked to the right with all my characters. They died and it was game over. And last one from Marty is the double that I double bought. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the infamous AVGN video. Pretty bad game in my opinion. Yeah, just watch the AVGN video. I can't do it any justice. He does it. But I didn't realize when I had purchased those black box games, I guess this was also an auction one that I had won. It took a while for him to send the items, and I didn't mark it off on my list. Normally I change it a different color if it's a game I have, so I don't try to double buy it, and I did not do that with this one. Alright, and these last 4 from the Retro Game Brothers, we have Trade West High Speed, another pinball game. I had said there was another one coming up. This one's kind of cool. It looks definitely more realistic pinball with the look of it, where other pinball is definitely Nintendo feel to it. But pretty cool. Definitely not the best pinball game on the NES. I prefer, I believe it's Pinball Quest, but still fun. We have Clash Ball. Never played this one before, but it's like a futuristic sport, and there's a ball or a machine that comes up and spins around and shoots a ball out. You grab the ball and you got to kind of throw it and score in the other net, like a dodgeball-esque, but you're throwing it into a net, not hitting people. And then there's like obstacles in the way, and the ball's physics where it bounces off everything. So it's actually a lot of fun, like air hockey-esque in that sense. And these last 2, we have Daydream Davey. This is a lot of fun. I haven't seen this one very often out in the wild, and you're a kid in school, and you use your imagination, and in those imagination levels, you play through them. So the first one, you're like a knight, and you have to defeat the bully, who's the Black Knight, I guess, per se. And then the next level was the Wild West. I couldn't quite figure out what to do, but eventually at the end I did, and I ended up dying because it told me that I had to go into this one building, and the bad guy was there, take him dead or alive, but I went into that building without a gun, and I died. So, this is one I would go back to for sure. And then the last one, this is one I've had my eye on wanting to get for a very long time. I almost pulled the trigger on an eBay purchase, but I'm like, you know what, I'm going to hold out with the swap coming up. I'm hoping I can find it, or visiting these stores, maybe I'll get lucky. And the bros had it, reasonable price, I had to have it. And that is Stanley, The Search for Dr. Livingston. I've never really seen this before. I'm flipping through a book or something. It might have even been the NES, Pat's Guide to the NES book. And I saw this, I'm like, that looks like a really cool game. And it is really cool. Cart's in very, very good shape. The one I was going to purchase online had the top of the label was peeling off, so I'm glad that I didn't grab that one. Lots of fun where I don't know really how to describe it. Basically, you're in a world, you're trying to find the Dr. Livingston. The controls aren't the best, you're very floaty, but it's kind of a cool floaty because when you jump down and you hold the button and you get a helicopter like that pops out of you, a la Inspector Gadget almost, and it helps you float down. And then you get weapons, you have to go out. I ended up dying, a lion or tiger killed me out in the forest. I didn't have enough weapons with me, but it's a lot of fun, and I can see sinking some time into this. That is it. Adding in another 18 games to the NES collection. 18 games, some really good ones here, some good quality games in my opinion. A couple of more black box games to add into the set. I'm excited to get these on the shelf. And I'm just going to set them down here before I drop them because I can see that happening and I don't want to do that. So, 316 games. I'm over the 400 mark. That is awesome. Definitely very happy. BGE's coming up. If you're not coming, make sure you come. You want to vend? We're still accepting vendors. Check us out. Go to www.barriegameexchange.ca, or you can find us on Facebook, Barrie Game Exchange. This is the 10th show. It's going to be huge. Most tables we've ever had, and I'm very excited. I know I'm going to be adding a bunch more into the collection during the event. So, thank you very much for watching the video, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one.